Hey guys, in today's video we are going to go through episode 2 of the Kenobi show. We're going to go through what happened in the episode and I'll give you my thoughts on it as we go, as well as at the end. So let's begin. This episode starts off as Kenobi lands on Darth, which is a crime world sort of like the underworlds of Coruscant. Kenobi attempts to reach out to Qui-Gon Jinn, but gets nothing back. He passes a 501st clone trooper begging for credits. The 501st were of course Anakin's legion and the same ones who raided the Jedi temple, and we can clearly see the reaction in Kenobi's face. Kenobi asks a spice seller if she knows where his daughter is, and a funny thing is that the girl who plays her is actually Ewan McGregor's actual daughter. She hands Kenobi a bottle of spice, which we know will prove very useful later on. He follows a boy to a fake Jedi scamming people for credits. Kenobi very quickly figures out that it's all a big trick and exposes him. The fake Jedi called Haja agrees to help Kenobi find Leia, as he guides him to a lab where spice and such are being made. He causes a distraction and goes out a different door. And he gets into a bit of a fist fight, and we clearly see that he's very rusty at this point, but he does eventually take care of them. The same guys who took Leia find Kenobi in there and they hold him up against the wall, as they tell him that he walked into their trap which they had set up for him. We know this was ordered by Riva. Kenobi throws the ball of spice that the girl gave him on the streets, gets out of there and rescues Leia, who doesn't trust him at first but eventually follows him out. Riva finds the kidnappers, who are completely drugged, and sets out to find Kenobi when she's stopped by the Inquisitors. They are very pissed off with her taking the child of an Imperial senator and using it as bait. Riva tells them that she found out Bail Organa had ties to Kenobi from the archives. The Inquisitors are not happy with the methods that she's using, and I think this has to do with the Senate. They cannot just go around kidnapping and killing people, because that would put them in a bad light in the Senate. That's just my take on it. The Inquisitors learn that she's doing this to gain favor from Vader, as the fifth brother informs them, where the Grand Inquisitor reveals that she's the lowest of them and that she came to them when she was in the gutter. She only has her position because of her abilities, but it still won't mask her true identity of being a former Jedi. And I believe the abilities he's talking about is her ability to see into others' minds, kind of like what Kylo Ren does. After the Inquisitors walk away, Riva places a bounty on Kenobi, and every bounty hunter on the planet starts going after him. The Grand Inquisitor is not happy about this when he finds out. Leia sees the thing with Kenobi's face on it, and she suspects that he is the reason she was captured. Leia runs away, and Kenobi seems to have a lot of trouble catching a 10-year-old child. This took me out of the story a little bit. We just had a bit of it in the first episode, so I was kind of like, this again? It wasn't a big deal, but still. They make their way to the rooftops where Kenobi is being shot at by multiple bounty hunters. Riva is watching it from a distance, almost Batman-like, as she's running towards him doing parkour. Leia jumps off the roof and almost falls to her death, but Kenobi reaches out with the Force for the first time in 10 years and saves her at the last second. I really like this moment, and I think it really again shows how rusty Kenobi is and how difficult it is for him to use the Force again after so long. Haja, the fake Jedi, helps Kenobi by allowing him to find a way out of there, saying that he will have a ship that can get him out of there, and he attempts to distract Riva, but of course she reads his mind and finds out where Kenobi is. Leia and Obi-Wan have a little moment together, and he says that she reminds him of someone, and I think he's talking about Padme, especially since he's with her daughter Leia, which was pretty sweet. Riva shows up and Kenobi tells Leia to go to the ship. This is the part that I have a bit of a problem with. Riva says to Kenobi that Vader is expecting him and that she's going to bring him to him. And Kenobi freaks out and has a bit of a meltdown. He learns that Darth Vader is alive. For 10 years, he thought that Anakin died when he left him on Mustafar. Riva then says Anakin Skywalker is alive. This is the first thing that I have a bit of a problem with, because no one is supposed to know who Darth Vader is, and if someone found out, Vader would kill them immediately. Now there were some exceptions, but most of the time this was the case. And I have no idea how she knows this, but I think we'll find out later on, but right now I'm not a fan of that. The Grand Inquisitor walks in and he's really pissed with Riva. He tries to claim Kenobi for himself, and so she impales him on the spot, which gives Kenobi enough time to run away. As he's completely in shock, he says the name Anakin, and Vader opens his Sith red eyes, now aware of Kenobi. And this is where the episode ends. So, seeing Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader right there at the end was really a badass and epic moment for me. But I gotta be honest, I was so confused and shocked by the Grand Inquisitor being impaled that it kinda took a little bit away from that reveal at the end. Now, obviously I don't think the Grand Inquisitor is dead, because that would completely retcon Star Wars Rebels, so he will probably recover, but that just puts Riva in a really weird spot when he does. I don't know. Also, I feel like that moment when Kenobi finds out Vader is alive could have been done in a better way than that. He could have found out in a different way than Riva just flat out telling him, but it is what it is. Overall, I still really liked the episode as well as the first one. I feel we are off for a good start, but there are still some weird decisions that they've made with the Inquisitors in particular. But I feel like these two episodes have really done a great job of showing the broken and rusty man that Kenobi is at the start of this show. And now that Vader is aware of Kenobi, he's going to be a big part of the rest of the show, and I'm so excited for it. Darth Vader, or Anakin, is my favorite character, so I'm super excited for it. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. Have a great day, may the Force be with you, and remember, this is the way.